Here's warm-up 1B. We're going to find the slope of a line through these 2 points. We need the slope formula for that. Looks like this. Okay, so I'm going to subtract the 2 y's in the numerator. So my y's would be 3 and 4. So I had the second y minus the first y. And then for my x's, I'm going to do 5 minus 2, the second x minus the first x. And then I just simplify that, and I get negative 1/3. Okay. All right, next up, we're going to write an equation in slope-intercept form. So you got to know slope-intercept form means y equals mx plus b. Okay. It tells us here that we have a slope of 2. So just from that, I know it's going to be y equals 2x plus or minus something. That something, the b, is going to be the y-intercept. So a lot of times I'll get people just plug in one of the ones there, but that's not how you want to do that. So the way I'm going to do this is by using this through point as an xy pair. So I'm going to plug in, I mean they're both 1, but I'm going to plug in the y coordinate would be 1 and the x is 1 as well. And now I've got it written like this. I should be able to solve this for b, and if I have b, then I'll be able to write y equals 2x plus or minus whatever b is. Okay, so let's see, 1 equals 2 plus b. Subtract 2 from both sides. So the b then is negative 1, and then I can write my answer. You could also do this with point slope form and then convert it to slope intercept form. Okay. All right, so again, we're looking at y equals mx plus b form on the next problem. This time it doesn't give me the slope, but I have the 2 points, so I can find the slope using the slope formula just like I did on the first problem. So for my y's, I'm subtracting 6 minus 2. In the denominator, subtracting my x's, so 2 minus negative 4. Okay, on the bottom I've got a double negative, so that would be the same as 2 plus 4, that's 6. And since this is 4 6, I can reduce it to 2/3, so you'd want to reduce those fractions like that. Okay, so now when I'm thinking about this equation, y equals mx plus b, I know it's y equals 2/3 x plus or minus something. And just like I did on number 2, now I'm going to use one of the xy pairs. It doesn't matter which one, I'll use this one. So there's the x and y that I'm going to plug in into those 2 slots. So y is going to be 2, x is going to be negative 4, and then I can solve this for b, okay? All right, so let's start by doing 2/3 times negative 4. So you could think of negative 4 as negative 4 over 1, and then when I'm multiplying 2 fractions together, you don't need a common denominator, you just multiply straight across. So this would be negative 8 over 3, okay? So next thing I'm going to do to isolate the b is add 2/3 to both sides, or 8/3 rather, to both sides, like this, okay? Now I do need a common denominator because I'm adding a fraction to an integer. So I want to rewrite the 2 so that it's a fraction with 3 in the denominator. So I'll just multiply this by 3 over 3. I'm really multiplying it by 1 then, so I'm not changing its value, I'm just changing its form. So that would give me 6/3. 6/3 is the same as 2, right? 6/3 plus 8/3. Okay, now I can add those together, so 14 over 3, running out of space here, is going to be the b value. Okay, and if I go way back to here, I knew it was y equals 2/3 x plus or minus something. Now I know what that something is, so y equals 2/3 x plus 14/3. And that is the end of the warm-up. See you next time.